So you've made your decision that you want to build a mobile application for your business. And you want to make sure you launch with success so that you anticipate all the moving parts of a mobile application. Hello, my name is Daniel Handy, and today we're going to talk about the 5 things that you need to consider when building a mobile application yourself. The first thing you want to consider is which platforms you want your app to support. For example, iOS, Android, and maybe even PWA, which is the mobile-friendly web version of your app. You also need to consider the devices that your application is going to be on. Are they phones? Are they tablets, kiosks, desktops? Whatever it may be, you need to make sure that you consider that up front and all the variations in implementation from functionality to design. The second thing you want to consider are what types of resources do you need to develop these applications. Now, for iOS, you need a Swift developer. Swift is a programming language. And Java, another programming language for Android. And CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, that's generally for a PWA if you want to offer that. And all three are usually the same person there. However, you still need this to be designed. So you may need to hire a designer, even if it's for all 3 of them. You still need a designer to design the application for you. And then some QA resources to make sure that the quality assurance is there. That they're testing everything that's being developed. And if you have a large enough team, you may consider a project manager to make sure everybody's working at full capacity so that you could hit your deadlines. Now, all this app development is generating data that needs to be saved on some infrastructure. Which brings me to the third component I want you to consider: the infrastructure supporting your mobile application. So when a user creates a username and password on your application, where does that get saved? It gets saved in some cloud infrastructure, a server basically, a database that houses all that information. Now, because it's a username and password, it needs to be secure. Between encryptions, securing it as it's being transmitted over, as well as firewalls, so your server is nice and secure and no hackers are trying to penetrate that database and take out all the username and passwords for your users. You need to make sure that it's reliable, so you have redundancy and scalability for all of the data that's being housed and the mechanisms that are all in the backend outside of your app. So from saving data in a database, authentication servers for your users, push notification servers so you can engage your users, analytics servers so you can understand the behavior of your users within the app, looking at things like CDNs, content delivery networks, so the content that you are creating is actually accessible worldwide to all your users at lightning speeds, as well as all the infrastructure that backs up all the complex functionality on your app. Now remember, if I change my phone, I shouldn't lose all my data. So where does that data live? All in the cloud. So there's a whole infrastructure behind your mobile application that you should not discount when developing a mobile app. All that talk about infrastructure brings me to the fourth component. Are there services that you could tap into to help you go to market faster so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel? The answer is yes. Big players like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have cloud solutions for you that'll help you build cloud servers that are secure, elastic, scalable, and have other ancillary features in them like push notification servers, authentication servers, and others that you could tap into so that you don't have to develop everything from scratch. Now, for our fifth and final component to consider, are there development tools out there that can help you develop the app faster? Now, there are many frameworks for iOS, Android, and even PWA that allow you to build common functionality very quickly. You should consider those when developing a mobile application. The next step is you should consider if a hybrid solution is right for you. This is platforms like Cordova and React Native that allow you to build a single code base that works for both iOS and Android. Now, furthermore, you can go to rapid app development platforms like Buildfire that give you both a pre-existing set of functionality that you don't need to create from scratch. You have an open source SDK that allows you to develop any custom functionality that you need, as well as a massive infrastructure that houses your databases, CDNs, push notification servers, authentication servers, and the rest, but still allow you to communicate with your backend services if you choose to do so. I hope this video gave you the information you need to select the right tools and services to build your next mobile application. If you're still not sure, feel free to reach out to the Buildfire team and they'll be happy to help you make the selection that is right for your business. Until then, let's build great things together.